that is coming up.
I guess you could call him a common law truth pioneer, teller of truths, a true gentleman with some great information. I'm honored actually to introduce him to you. He's got some great information to tell you. Has any of you guys heard of an organization called A Warrior Calls? Yeah. Yes, I can tell that guy's excited. Put your hands together for Christopher James!
It's a pleasure to be here today, everybody. My name's Christopher James. I've been waiting for 20 years for this moment. There's incredible people that have come up here every single day that are talking about the enormous wrong and harm that's occurring in our country. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about a very simple and powerful solution to hold every one of these people accountable to the genocide that's occurring in our world. You'll see the signs that I have here. There's a link called bit.ly AWC live feed, and on the other side is bit.ly AWC evidence. There the entire world can go and see the evidence. First and foremost, the only conversation we all need to be having right now is COVID-19 SARS-2 is a lie. That is the first truth that our world needs to understand, especially the police. And the evidence of that, this incredible woman beside me, Christine Massey, has put out over 170 FOIs across this country and around the world. And nowhere has this virus been purified. You need to understand the truth and the power of that single question. When you understand that the virus never existed, that we've been lied to, then everything that they rolled out from the beginning has been a lie. And Doug Ford, Justin Trudeau, Theresa Tam, all of these people are involved in mass genocide. This is why we need the police on our side, which I've been working diligently on to get. There's a man that was up here before talking about the solution. I'm going to explain very simply what the conversation has to be worldwide. The first one is that COVID-19 SARS-2 was never isolated or purified. The second one is that no man or woman is property of another man or woman. I'm going to teach you the power of law right here and right now. First question, who claims I property? Nobody's going to claim that. And when I use the word I, that applies to all of you. The second question is, who claims that I have a contract with them where I've relinquished my God-given unalienable rights to have jurisdiction over me? Nobody's going to come forward and say that. And the last question is, well then what the service corporation any man or woman works for, do they have a contract with me where I've relinquished my rights? And that brings me to the ultimate truth that you need to understand. What is Canada? What is Ontario? What is Manitoba? What is British Columbia? They're service corporations, no different than McDonald's, Burger King, and Starbucks. Not a damn thing that comes out of Justin Trudeau's mouth applies to I, and it either does it to you or any agent or officer under his control. And yet, we've all been led to believe, and I say with all due respect to the people that have come up before, the Charter, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, did you write that documentation? No, that does not give you your rights. Your right came from our Creator when we came into this world. The hierarchy goes like this. God created man and woman, and then man and woman created government. And government was supposed to be created to protect the property of man. But we don't have a government by and for the people. We have service corporations that were created by the Queen, the Pope, and the central bankers. So how do you take this corruption down? You take it down, and I'm going to read something here very powerful. We need a tremendous energy to bring about a psychological change in ourselves as human beings, because we have lived far too long in a world make-believe, in a world of brutality, of violence, despair, and anxiety. To live humanely, sanely, one has to change. To bring about a change within oneself, therefore within a society, one needs this radical energy. And to bring about the necessary radical essential change in the structure of society, which is corrupt, which is immoral, requires there must be a change in the human heart and mind. Right now we have a crisis of consciousness in this world. The main enemy is ignorance. I've been working for the last 2 years. I do a Warrior Call live streams every Monday and Thursday night. All of you should log in and join it. You can find it at my website, awarriorcalls.com. There you're going to find enormous truth. There you're going to find, more importantly, the solution. I've got people that are ripping up their bar cards. I've got the police now well aware. I had over 200 officers standing with me from Toronto Police, and then they all got let go because they wouldn't take the jab. So my approach to this is very simple. We are going to get 1,000 active police officers to join me with military. I've got at least 500 veterans and law enforcement and firefighters as well. And when we go to this courthouse, we're going to bring in the truth into that courthouse, because our courthouses are corrupt. You need to understand the difference here, and this is a powerful truth I'm giving you. Legal does not apply to a man or a woman. Understand that. Only lawful does. Lawful applies to a man or a woman of the people. Legal applies to a corporation or a person. When you were born in this world, you came into this world as a man or a woman. You did not come into this world as a legal person. That is created the moment that you are born, and that is the birth certificate that represents that. That is not you. That is an evidence of an unlawful conversion of constructive fraud that's occurred against all of us since birth. And that's why we don't understand, why we never see Doug Ford, Theresa Tam, even people in police that are not being held accountable, because our public courthouses are corrupt. They're corrupt to the core with a society that we do not belong to, called the bar. And the bar is going down. The bar is going down hard now. I'm not here to bring you some lame solution. This is the most powerful truth in our world right now. This applies to every man and woman that we've been lied to surrounding COVID-19 SARS-2. We're going to move that claim into a court, and then we're going to seek the justice, because this is how simple it is. When I get Justin Trudeau, Doug Ford, under warrant, brought into that courthouse, they're going to get asked 3 questions. Do you claim that I am property, Justin? Or any agent or officer under your control? He's going to say no. Do you claim you got a contract with me, Justin, on the private side as a man, that I relinquished my God-given rights to you? And he's going to say no. And then I'm going to say, then produce the contract you have with the service corporation you represent called Canada. And he's going to say, I don't have that either. And when the country and the world hears that truth, you're going to recognize that nothing that these people say, nothing that they do applies to you. They are supposed to be a service corporation. And when we restore our courts to the common law of the people, we are going to change this world like never before. Just a second. So I just want to say in closing here, Christine Massey here is an incredible woman. The FOIs have gone completely unrebutted. Just so you're all clear, on September the 13th, 2021, myself and an officer, Gabriel Pro of the OPP, we put our lives on the line, and we filed a documentation under the penalty of death. If the claims that I've made here before you here today in front of our world, that COVID-19 SARS-2 is a lie, we've all been lied to. These people running the service corporations call themselves premiers, health ministers, attorney generals, finance ministers. They are all corrupt. They are all part of this massive trespass that's occurring against we the people. And we must hold them accountable. We must hold them accountable. Never forget that. So with all my heart, I love you. Thank you so much for letting me speak here today. I'm going to be back again. Check out awarriorcalls.com and start to learn who you are, the power that we have. That's why all these lockdowns that are going on, people need to recognize that nothing that comes out of Doug Ford's mouth or John Tory applies to we the people. And what they did to Adam Barbecue, I promise you, Adam's going to be standing shoulder to shoulder with me when we go into the court to hold all these people that did this to him. God bless.
Not right now, my friend. Hold on.
So I first had the great privilege of listening to this guy speak on YouTube. And if you guys haven't seen it, you want to learn more about it, you got to watch A Trespass Against the Minds of Men. That is a phenomenal YouTube video you guys got to key into and learn everything that this gentleman was just speaking about, and I guess become more well informed about it. Anyway, great job, and I appreciate it. No.
Being disrespectful, buddy, go home.
This would be a good time for your children's eyes to be averted, everyone. And these are the things that happen. Aren't you guys having a great time? Guys, I'm telling you, after 23 months of this, never a dull moment. So like I said, does anybody else want to be a leader of a movement for a little bit for a weekend? So much fun. Thanks, guys. So Does anybody want to yell freedom a little bit right now? Freedom! 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 Yes. And for our French compatriots out there, maybe do a couple of libertés until our friend here has put himself out there a little bit for the energy. My friend, no. Not right now, no, my friend. I'm sorry to say.
Liberté!
Liberté! Liberté! Liberté! Liberté! Liberté! Liberté! Now, I'm gonna take personal responsibility right now. Hold on, Kelly. I'm gonna take personal responsibility for keeping the mic from somebody, and I'll tell you why. Until we discover the truth of what's happening with Russia and Ukraine right now. Thank you. Until we know the truth as to what's going on, we cannot allow polarizing views up here at this time in a properly organized, what's it called, peaceful assembly. And the only reason Ed was able to come here and grab the mic from me without getting a punch in the throat is because, number one, he's twice my size. And number two, I know he has good intentions, and I know him well enough to know that he's been waiting to come up here a long time. But you come up here and you grab this goddamn mic from me, and I don't know who you are, and you want to push your agenda, and I don't know what you're going to say up here. That's the scary part. Because you know what? There's a lot of live videos out there, and when you say this kind of stuff out there, especially with the media breathing down our necks, sometimes what we say out here and what we line up with is misconstrued and can ruin the movement. Are you guys okay with that? Exactly. So you know what? You want to get up here and speak, then I'm going to make a little announcement before we hit the road there in a minute. And at the end of the day, next week, we're going to allow for an open mic. Because normally we start these speeches and stuff around 12 o'clock, 12:30, depending on when the crowds get here. But because we've had a lot of people that want to have something to say, that we don't always know what's going to happen, we're going to allow an hour. We're going to allow an hour before the speeches start from 11 to 12, okay, for people who want to come up and have an open mic. And we've also heard that there's politicians sometimes that want to have something to say. There's new organizing parties out there to bring us new solutions, and they deserve to be heard also. However, the Line Canada has been apolitical for quite some time, and a lot of the groups that we deal with do not choose to work with politicians. That being said, we want to make sure that everybody has the freedom of speech, and we will be up here from 11 to 12, moving forward of this rally, to open up the mic for people who want to speak, and you want to speak of politics. Are you guys okay with that too? We're doing our best up here, guys. This ain't easy. Just like this whole debacle of the Canadian government right now, we're doing our best. Kelly, would you like to say something?
Hey guys, freedom! We got all kinds of problems right here in Canada. So we are going to focus on our own problems. We understand that there are all kinds of issues that happen everywhere in the world, but we have our own, and we are Canadian, and we are here to stand up for what that means. Sorry. Yeah. Come on over here. All right, you wanted something to say?
Sure.
Hey everyone, what's up? Freedom! Let's go! Yeah! Hey, lockdown's way too long. It's been going on way too long. Shit. It's great to be here with everyone. I was in Ottawa, man, the spirit was so good. Man, yeah, Hong Kong, it was so good.